Hi, my name is Clint Francis. I'm a business coach. I'm going to do a short video today on how to get the customer on your side. Now, this video today is about people who either work for or own a business selling to people where you discount your item or service. For example, I worked in an art gallery for many years, so we could discount the artwork. So one of the things that I notice when I'm out in public and I'm buying things that can be discounted. One example is I bought a car a couple of years ago, and I had this young guy who was my salesman, and he was great. He knew how to work with me, how to be in my process, and how to help me make the best selection in the vehicle that I wanted. So once we test drove the car, we looked at a couple. I chose one, asked him some questions. He gave me some great feedback from his point of view, having an inside view of how the car was compared to the others. So I went on a test drive. Everything was fine. And then I had the car inspected, came back a few days later, and I said, yeah, let's sit down and talk numbers. So we sat down in his desk and his whole energy changed, where he was very friendly, he was very helpful. He was on my side. I could feel like energetically he was on my side. As soon as we went to sit down at his desk and start negotiating a price for the car, he all of a sudden was not on my side. He was on the side of the dealer, and I could feel this energetically. Now, I've been selling for a long time. He'd been selling for a short time, and I knew how to maneuver and negotiate better than he did, so I still got the car at the price I wanted because I am a better negotiator. But if someone's just anybody who doesn't sell or has no sales skills, and you're going to sit down with a person who across from the salesman or saleswoman, and you don't feel like they're on their side, you're going to get into a competition. So if you're a salesperson, the best thing you can do is to get on the customer's side before you go to the negotiation table, okay? So how do you do that? So let's say you're selling a car and you're talking with a customer and you say, hey, okay, the car is $20,000. You want to go ahead and get it? Well, I want a better deal than $20,000. Great. I want to talk to my boss and see what kind of deal I can get you. I really want you to have this car. It seems like it would really work for you. So let me see what kind of deal I can get for you. So in that kind of language, when you talk to the customer, you're letting them know that you're getting on their side. Now, they're going to already know that you're going to be on the dealer's side. But what I would do as a salesperson is I would try to negotiate the best deal for the dealer and for the customer. So the way that you do this is to give that impression that you're on the customer's side, and you should be on their side because you want to have them long term. Now, buying a car, people buy a car maybe every few years. Some people do it every year, but most people don't. If you're selling something that people buy over and over again, you definitely want their business. You definitely want them as a repeat customer. So if you're selling something on behalf of another company, the best thing to do is to say something like, hey, I'm going to talk to the owner, I'm going to talk to my manager and try to get you the best deal because this seems to really help you. This product seems to be something you really love. Along those lines, you can use that kind of language. And then when you go back and come back and say, hey, look, this is the best deal I could get you. And depending on the person, that the customer's negotiation skills and abilities, you're going to maybe stop right there, or there may be more price drops that you're able to do. Now, here's a tricky thing. If you own the business and you've even told the person that you own the business, who are you going to talk to? See, if you're a business owner and you want to negotiate right there, then that's fine. I've done it a different way too. I want to just give you another option. So if you own a business, and let's say you have a business partner, or maybe your spouse is your business partner, or it can be not your spouse, it could be a business partner. You could also say, hey, here's the price. Can you give me a better deal? Okay, here's what I can do. Can you do a little better than that? Then you can say, hey, I have a business partner, or I got to talk to my spouse before we can do this. So then you can create like a third person that you need to report to come back and negotiate with. And that could be a good thing, having a third person, because it takes the authority off of you. Like, hey, I don't really have the authority to book this deal. Let me see if I could get someone else to do this. Now, your ego might get checked and you may feel like I should be able to make my own deals. And that's fine if that's what you want to do. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to use this technique of putting it on the spouse or the business partner, you can step away and make a phone call and say, hey, I talked to them and this is the best I can do. But also, something I'm going to talk about in the future is getting a financial commitment from your customer. So if you're going to wheel and deal with your customer, you should get a financial commitment beyond the first price drop. So if you give them, let's say 10% off the first time and you say, I got to talk to my boss, or maybe you're authorized to give them 10%, but they say, no, I want to have 15%. Well, you should never speak in terms of percentages to begin with. So let's say you're going to give them $500 off and they say, I want $1,000 off. So let's say you come back with a $500 off deal and they say, hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate it, Mr. Sales Guy, Mrs. Saleswoman, whatever. But hey, I want $1,000 off. So then we're going to go more into that in another video about what you can do to get a financial commitment from the buyer before you give them a better price. I hope this was helpful. And if it was, please like and subscribe. If you want to have coaching with me, it is xsellcoach@gmail.com is the email. That's xsellcoach@gmail.com. Thank you and have a great day.